She said no to her children's offer to care for her. What happened next changed everything. "Mom, please, come live with us. You've worked hard your whole life. Let us take care of you." These words, spoken with love and care, would be an easy yes for most parents. But for Linda, a 70-year-old mother who had spent decades sacrificing for her family, the answer was unexpected. "No. I need to live for myself now." This decision left her children shocked. And perhaps you're surprised too. But what Linda discovered in the months that followed became the most important lesson of her life. It wasn't wealth, children, or even health that brought her peace and happiness. Instead, it was three simple yet life-changing treasures, things that most people overlook until it's too late. Did you know that nearly 1 in 3 seniors in America reports feeling unfulfilled and disconnected, even while surrounded by loved ones? What if the answer to a joyful, independent life lies in shifting our mindset and daring to put ourselves first? Have you ever wondered, what would it feel like to rediscover yourself in your later years? To finally put your happiness, health, and passions at the forefront? Linda's story is about finding the courage to say no, not out of rejection, but out of love for her family and herself. It's about embracing independence, rediscovering joy, and proving that age is no barrier to a meaningful life. Stay with us as we unravel her journey, her epiphany, and the 3 treasures that transformed her life forever. These lessons could inspire you to reimagine your own path and take steps toward a life filled with purpose and fulfillment. If this story resonates with you, like this video and comment the number 2 below. If you think we could do better, leave a heart and comment number 7. Don't forget to subscribe to After 7080 for more inspiring stories and practical advice about thriving at any age. Let's dive into Linda's transformative journey. Starting with the moment she chose a new path, one that would redefine her later years. The journey of Linda. Linda's life had always been about others. Widowed at 35, she found herself standing at the crossroads of grief and responsibility, raising 2 young children on her own. To provide for them, she opened a modest roadside diner where she worked tirelessly for decades. Day after day, she poured her heart into her family, believing that her sacrifices were the foundation of their happiness. She skipped meals, neglected her health, and rarely took a moment for herself. Her world revolved around her children, their dreams, and their future. But as the years passed and her children grew into independent adults, Linda began to feel an emptiness she couldn't explain. Her sacrifices had been worth it, but somewhere along the way, she had lost a part of herself. At 68, after closing the diner for good, her children encouraged her to live with them, promising to give her the rest she deserved. Yet Linda hesitated. It wasn't that she didn't love her children. She loved them deeply, but a voice inside her whispered that the life she wanted wasn't about depending on others. She realized that she didn't just want to rest. She wanted to rediscover herself. What would it mean to live for herself for the first time in decades? Could she rebuild a sense of purpose and joy beyond her role as a mother? The questions lingered in her mind as she made a bold decision. She would stay on her own, not out of pride, but to embrace the independence she had put on hold for so long. Linda's days became a blank canvas, and for the first time, she held the brush. She started small. Each morning she went for a walk, focusing on the rhythm of her footsteps and the crispness of the air. What began as a simple routine became a gateway to something bigger. On one of these walks, she met a group of local seniors practicing yoga in the park. They invited her to join, and though hesitant at first, Linda said yes. With each stretch and deep breath, she felt her body regain strength and her spirit find peace. Her mornings transformed into a sacred time for self-care, a commitment to her well-being that she had never prioritized before. Her afternoons, however, were dedicated to connection. Linda began volunteering at a local community garden, helping to plant flowers and care for the greenery. The simple act of nurturing life in the soil mirrored the way she had nurtured her family for years. But this time, it brought her a different kind of fulfillment. Here, she met people of all ages who shared her passion for giving back. A young boy once shyly asked her how to plant a seedling, and as she guided him, she realized the joy of passing on knowledge without the weight of obligation. These moments of connection reminded Linda that relationships aren't just about family. They're about shared experiences and mutual growth. As Linda settled into her new life, she rediscovered an old dream, learning to play the piano. It was something she had always wanted to do but never had the time for. Now, in her quiet evenings, she began taking lessons. At first, her fingers fumbled over the keys, the notes sounding clumsy and uneven. But she persisted. Slowly, the melodies began to flow. And with them, a sense of accomplishment she hadn't felt in years. The piano became her escape, her joy, and her way of expressing emotions she had long buried. She wasn't aiming for perfection. She was savoring the process of learning, growing, and embracing something new. Through her walks, volunteering, and music, Linda rebuilt her life piece by piece. Her decision to live independently wasn't a rejection of her family. It was an act of love. By prioritizing her happiness and well-being, she set an example for her children, showing them that it's never too late to take care of yourself. Pursue your passions and find meaning. Linda's journey wasn't just about aging gracefully. It was about living fully, proving that every chapter of life holds the potential for growth, joy, and rediscovery. 3 treasures of a fulfilling old age. Linda's journey to rediscover herself led her to uncover 3 simple yet profound treasures that became the foundation for her happiness in old age. These treasures were not material possessions, but deeply personal realizations that transformed her life from within. The first treasure was health. After decades of neglecting her body to care for her family, Linda understood that true independence began with her physical well-being. She started with small steps, walking each morning in the park. At first, the stiffness in her knees and the strain in her back made it challenging, but she persisted. Soon, her morning walks became a ritual of renewal. It was during one of these walks that she joined a yoga group, where gentle stretches and mindful breathing helped her regain strength and flexibility. For Linda, prioritizing her health wasn't just about avoiding illness. It was an act of self-love. Your health is your greatest asset, she often reminded herself. It's the key to living freely without becoming a burden to anyone. The second treasure was meaningful relationships. While her children and grandchildren remained an integral part of her life, Linda realized the importance of forging connections beyond her family. Volunteering at a local community garden introduced her to people from all walks of life, each bringing unique perspectives and stories. These friendships offered her a sense of belonging and purpose that she hadn't experienced before. Whether it was a shared laugh with a fellow gardener or the gratitude of a young boy she taught to plant flowers, these interactions filled her days with joy. The greatest fear in old age isn't loneliness, Linda reflected, but the feeling that you have no value. Building meaningful connections is the antidote. The third treasure was passion. Linda rekindled a long-lost dream, learning to play the piano. For years, life's demands had kept this aspiration buried, but now she embraced it with enthusiasm. At first, every note felt awkward, her fingers unsteady on the keys. But with each practice session, she found herself improving. The piano became more than an instrument. It was a symbol of her resilience and her willingness to grow. Even in her later years, playing music filled her evenings with peace and satisfaction, and it gave her something to look forward to every single day. It's never too late to pursue your passions, she realized. Each new note I play is a reminder that life can still be full of discovery. These 3 treasures, health, relationships, and passion, became Linda's guiding lights. They taught her that a fulfilling life isn't about what you give to others at the expense of yourself. It's about what you nurture within, so you can give freely without resentment or regret. Linda's story is a testament to the fact that true joy comes not from living according to others' expectations, but from creating a life that feels authentic and meaningful to you. She proved that it's never too late to reclaim your happiness, one treasure at a time. Linda's journey taught her profound lessons about aging, independence, and the essence of true happiness. Through her experiences, she discovered that fulfillment in later years isn't about what others can give you, but what you can create for yourself. These lessons weren't just reflections of her own life. They were universal truths that resonate with anyone seeking purpose and peace. The first lesson was about self-worth. For decades, Linda had measured her value by what she could do for others, pouring herself into her family without hesitation. But as she reclaimed her independence, she realized that constantly giving without receiving left her empty. True self-worth comes from within, not from others' approval or dependence. The greatest gift I can give my loved ones is to show them how to live with joy and strength, Linda reflected. By prioritizing her happiness, she not only enriched her own life, but also inspired her children to embrace their independence. The second lesson was about redefining love. Linda learned that love doesn't always mean proximity or sacrifice. By choosing to live apart from her children, she gave them space to grow while nurturing her own growth. This decision strengthened their bond, as it was built on mutual respect rather than obligation. Love, she realized, is not about how much time you spend together, but about the quality of that time and the freedom to be yourself. The third lesson was about embracing change. For many years, Linda feared stepping outside the roles that had defined her. But as she explored new passions and relationships, she discovered that change wasn't something to fear. It was an opportunity to evolve, whether it was learning to play piano or cultivating new friendships. Each change brought her closer to the person she wanted to be. Age isn't a barrier, she often said. It's a doorway to rediscovery if you have the courage to walk through it. Linda's story is a powerful reminder that life doesn't end as we grow older. It transforms. Each phase of life brings its own lessons, and every challenge holds the potential for growth. She showed that happiness isn't found in clinging to the past or in the expectations of others, but in the quiet moments when we choose to honor ourselves. Linda's lessons encourage us to ask, how can we find joy in the present? What steps can we take today to live with purpose and peace? Her journey inspires us to look inward, to cherish the treasures within us, and to embrace the beauty of living authentically at any age. It's never too late to rewrite your story and live a life that truly reflects who you are. Linda's story isn't just a tale of one woman's transformation. It's an invitation for all of us to rethink what it means to truly live as we grow older. Her courage to step away from societal expectations, embrace her independence, and rediscover her passions reminds us that it's never too late to find fulfillment. The three treasures she uncovered, health, meaningful relationships, and personal passions, are not just lessons for aging, but for life at any stage. Imagine waking up each day with a sense of purpose, knowing that you're living life on your own terms. Imagine the joy of reconnecting with parts of yourself you thought were lost, or the freedom to chase dreams you once set aside. Linda's journey shows us that these aren't just fantasies. They're possibilities waiting for us to claim them. Now it's your turn. What steps can you take today to prioritize your health, nurture meaningful connections, or reignite a passion? What would your version of a fulfilled life look like? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your story. If this video inspired you, please like it and comment the number 2 below. If you think we can improve, drop a heart and comment number 7. Don't forget to subscribe to After 7080 for more inspiring stories and practical advice on thriving at any age. Linda's story is a testament to the power of self-discovery and the beauty of living authentically. No matter where you are in life, remember this. It's never too late to embrace your independence, cultivate your passions, and find happiness within. Your next chapter is waiting. What will you write?